What's up? What's up? What is up? What's going on before the billions? Can everybody hear me? Mic check. All right, I think I sound good. Y'all go support Before the Billions, another content creator out there making daily content about the ups and downs he's experiencing in the IT world as far as professional growth is concerned. He gives some very raw and honest testimonies about his struggles and victories. So y'all make sure y'all go support this young man. He makes some very good content. Shout out to him. Shout out to Chico MBA, who is also a member. I appreciate the membership. Thank you very much. So just want to say what up, everybody. I know it's been a minute since I've been live streaming. Basically, y'all know I went on a cruise about 2 3 weeks ago, a very much needed cruise. I needed that in my life. I needed to get on that ship, and I needed to go out there and chug all that alcohol and eat up all that food. I needed it in my life, right? If you guys have never been on a cruise, I highly encourage you guys to go book a cruise and get one in your life, or just go out there and get some type of vacation, leisure activities in your life, man. You cannot be working all the time. If you're a content creator like myself, you cannot be making content all the time. And I want to address that point real quick because I know some people have sent me some messages saying, hey, man, what's up with all these AI generated videos that you're posting, right? So if you guys look at my channel, y'all will see that I've been posting a bunch of AI videos. And yes, they are AI videos in case you all haven't figured it out. And some people are wondering, why am I posting this stuff? Well, I'll give you one reason. One reason is this is a tech channel where we talk about educating people on IT, getting certifications, and various things concerning IT. And guess what? Artificial intelligence is a product of tech. So I don't see how it could be an issue if I'm a tech channel and I'm utilizing tech, even if it's the form of AI, to help me produce content. And now, one of the things that I do with the AI videos is not like I'm creating AI videos that are just full of some random fluff of about stuff that has nothing to do with tech. Obviously, when I do create the videos, I do check everything before I edit it and publish it to the channel. But I firmly believe that they're all things of value. It's something that I can generate real quick and put it out there to the people so that I can focus on more important tasks as far as I'm concerned as it relates to the content on my channel. And so what are the more important what are the more important aspects of my channel? Well, it's creating these IT courses, right? A plus, Net plus, Security plus. I got a whole whiteboard over here of a whole bunch of other courses that I got to go through and create as it relates to helping people get certified, get into the IT industry. So, if I could throw up a quick little video explaining what a network administrator is, right? That doesn't necessarily require me to sit down and have to write out a whole presentation, record it, edit it, and upload it. I can just have AI knock it out for me, and then I can put more of my energy towards the actual course of getting you guys the relevant information that you all need to go out there and be successful. So that's how I personally view it. It's not just something that I'm just throwing up as a space filler or whatever the terminology is, but it's still information that I believe that you all can take advantage of and utilize to help you make a decision as to whether or not you want to get into tech, learn about various aspects of tech. And, hopefully, if you decide you want to get certified, you come holler at your boy and we'll get you right out in these streets. All right. Shout out to my man's here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your first name, bro. We're just going to say Levy. Shout out to Levy. But appreciate you being here. But anyway, so let's get into it. So we are at the end of the month of July. and we're going into the month of August. And August is very important. Why? Because my oldest son turns 18 years old next week. All right. It's hard to believe I have a son that is about to be 18 years old next Friday. Right. I remember when the boy was born, he was a premature baby, weighed like, how much he weighed? About 2.5, 3 pounds, could damn near fit in the palm of my hands. Now he's just as tall as me, high school graduate, turning 18. He starts college in a couple weeks, majoring in IT. So, I'm getting a little emotional over here. But aside from all that, and shout out to Viv Beats for becoming a YouTube member. I sincerely appreciate that. If you all want to become members, I highly encourage you to do so. I got like 3 or 4 levels. You can be a supporter. You can get access to the live streams, or you can get access to my actual slideshow presentations for A+, Net Plus, Security Plus, and future certifications that I will be posting up in there. So thank you, Viv Beats. I sincerely appreciate that. And shout out to Praven, was cracking. But anyways, we're halfway through the year. Now, if you guys recall, back in December, January timeframe, I did a video live stream where I was talking about why didn't you get certified throughout the year 2023? Well, here we are halfway through the year. And I guess my question is, how many of y'all have actually how many of y'all have gone out there and actually gotten certified? We're halfway through the year. There really is no excuse for those of y'all who say y'all want to enter the industry and you want to get your certifications. These past 7 months, that was more than enough time for some of y'all to go out there and at least get A+ and or Network Plus, maybe even Security Plus certified. That was more than enough time. All right. But for those of y'all who didn't, well, we're going to go over some of the reasons as to why you aren't getting certified out in these streets so that you can, move your IT career along. So let me go ahead and pull up the world's greatest slideshows right here. All right. Viv says, I don't know if Viv, if you're a male or a female, but we're going to assume a female based off the name. But Viv says they're just getting started now. All right. Well, Viv is excused, but at the same time, Viv, don't let these reasons hinder you from getting certified as well. And you say you're stuck in this retail struggle. All right. I worked retail once. Back in 1999, I used to work at this clothing store, and I only wanted to work there because one, it was a summertime college job, and I only wanted to work there because I wanted some clothes for school. I think I lasted at that job like 2 weeks. I couldn't take it. I could not take it sitting around folding clothes and pretending like I'm interested in helping people find. I was like, man, I'm out of here. But anyways, let's talk about 10 reasons, the top 10 reasons that I think as to why people do not get their certifications, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go through these wonderful slideshows, right? All right. Reason number 1, a lot of people claim they can't get certified is due to a lack of time. All right. So many individuals, they say they will struggle to find the time to prepare for a certification exam due to their busy work schedules, personal commitments, or other responsibilities. Now, I do believe this to be true to a certain extent because life does happen, especially if you got children, you got relationships, or even if you're a single person. You might mess around and get sick, or you got responsibilities at the job and all types of crazy stuff going on. So a lack of time is an excuse. And yes, I am calling it an excuse as to why people don't get certified. But the problem with that is if you want to get certified, you have to make the time. All right. Now, every time somebody comes up and they do a consultation with me, or they ask me questions about how do I study for an IT cert, I always tell people, if you're trying to get certified and you're trying to get certified rather quickly meaning maybe 2 months, 3 months, or something like that, then you're going to have to schedule out some time. And I always tell people, if you can just dedicate 30 minutes a day towards your studies, about 5, 6 days a week, just 30 minutes, whether you're reading something over, you're going over some notes, you're doing a lab, or however it is that you're studying, you're watching my videos on YouTube, just 30 minutes a day, that typically is more than enough time for you to get certified, especially as it relates to these entry level certifications like A plus, Net plus, and Security plus. I don't believe you need to sit around and study 2, 3 hours a day studying this stuff. Because yes, this stuff can be dry and boring and will put you to sleep. All you need is about 30 minutes a day. That's it. You can apply this to your overall health. Me, I started working back out recently, right? I don't know if y'all can tell, but you probably can't, but whatever. But even with my workout regimen, I'm not out there for 90 minutes, 2 hours a day working out. I've been working out 6 days a week. But during the workouts, I only average about maybe 45 minutes a day, 40, maybe an hour, depending upon what I'm doing, if I'm lifting weights or something like that. But anyways, just 30 minutes a day is all you really need. The problem is, can you actually block off that time and make it mandatory to where you put your phone down, you turn the TV off, you tell your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, your kids to leave you alone, and you just get in there for 30 minutes a day and be like, I'm just going to focus on this doggone material, because in the next 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, I'm trying to go take this certification test, pass it, get certified, add it to my resume, and go out there and start looking for a job. If you can do that, I promise you, you will be successful. But the thing is, you have to make a conscious decision that you are going to block off this time to get certified. And yes, you're going to have to deal with the dry slideshows, the boring notes, the reading of the books, whatever the heck it is that you're doing. But you're going to have to make that time. So, lack of time is one of the reasons that a lot of people claim that they cannot get certified. All right. Also, before we move on, got to do some self promo here. Also, when people come to me and they inquire about, hey, I want to sign up for your advanced certification training program, right? This is one of the things that I actually tell prospective students that actually want to sign up and learn this stuff, where they're actually interacting and working with me directly. I tell them that, hey, this is a year-long program, and it's specifically designed that way to allow for you to handle your personal business. Like I was telling you earlier, vacations, sickness, family, jobs, whatever the heck it is you got going on. But even with all that, you still got to block off the time, at least 30 minutes a day, to go out there and get it in, so that you can hopefully become successful in passing your certifications. All right. Let's go on to reason number 2. Is that reason 2? Yes, it was. So reason number 2 are high costs. So certification exams and related study materials can be expensive. And this can deter individuals who may not have the financial resources or who view the cost as prohibitive. All right. So that is an understandable concern. Depending upon what type of certification you're going for, these things can become rather pricey. And let me go ahead and show you some of the prices that you guys might encounter as you're out there trying to learn your entry level certifications. All right. So let's just say you like, hey, I want to learn A plus. It doesn't even matter what cert. We're just going to focus on A plus certification. This was me on the cruise 2 or 3 weeks ago, just happy. But anyway, let's scroll down. When you guys are out there doing your research, you're like, how much does this stuff cost to get certified, right? Let me show y'all how much this stuff might hit you for in the pockets. So if you were to go to a tech boot camp in your local area, your local city, wherever the heck it is that you live, and you're like, hey, I want to learn A plus certification, I can almost promise you, you're going to be looking at paying 2,500, 3,500, maybe even more for like a 10-day or 10 business day boot camp class where you're going to be sitting around looking at nothing but slideshows all day. I can almost promise you this is the type of money you're going to be looking to spend. If you're like, hey, well, let me go check out my local community college, my local tech college, and assuming you got to pay out of pocket because you don't qualify for financial aid or something like that, I can almost promise you you're going to be paying about $5,000 to $10,000 for a 6 to 12, maybe 18-month long program. I promise you, these are the numbers that you're going to be paying. If you decide, hey, I'm going to enroll into my local university and college, if it's a state school or whatever, you probably gonna be paying about $5,000 to $10,000 a year in tuition bills to learn this type of stuff. All right. Now, over here on the Tech G channel, right? Tech G believes in certification training for all budgets, right? I got some free 99, well, some 100% free stuff on here, some free 99 stuff. I even got some stuff for $100, $200, and then stuff starts to get a little bit more pricier as it goes up. But the reason why I'm mentioning this is because IT certification training can be expensive, but the thing is, you can't necessarily judge the quality of a program based off of the price. Meaning, you go look up my stuff and you go fill out matter of fact, you go fill out my application form, because right here, this A+ program, you got to fill out an application. And I don't publish any of your information, whatever the case may be. But anyways, you got to go fill this stuff out, right? Fill out an application to apply. And then we talk about the cost and all that. Well, when you're judging these programs, you got to look at what exactly are you paying for and what are you actually getting at the end of the rainbow, right? So let's just say you go pay $2,000, $3,000. You come up with the money to go take some type of certification training. Well, what is that going to hopefully guarantee you? I don't even want to say guarantee because nothing's guaranteed. Well, what is that going to get you at the end of the day? More than likely, hopefully, whatever training you took, hopefully it should help you get the necessary skills to pass the certification, if there's a certification affixed to it. And then hopefully, more importantly, in my opinion, teach you the relevant skill sets that you need so that you can put this stuff on your resume, demonstrating that, hey, you know how to do this stuff that you just learned about. And then hopefully you go get your job interview and then they start asking you technical questions and you can explain all this stuff. Am I still there? Oh, my bad. I'm still there. So you can explain all this stuff. But the end result is hopefully you getting a job that can pay dividends into the future. You understand what I'm saying? So let's just say you put up a $2,000 investment or something like that. Well, will that $2,000 transform into like a $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year job? Because if it does, then the $2,000 might be worth it, especially if you know there's a high chance of you getting a $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year job at the end of the rainbow, assuming you do everything that you're supposed to do. But I also do understand that those of y'all who don't have that type of money to put forward, then you know what I'm saying, that could be a major hurdle as to what's preventing you from getting certified. And there are all types of options out there, all types of content on YouTube that you can go out there. But you can go to Udemy, you can go look up other people on YouTube. You can even sign up for my YouTube memberships that start for like $10 a month. But the thing about getting what I like to call the El Cheapo training is that you're only going to, 9 times out of 10, you're only going to get basically the information to just help you pass the test. And also with that information is probably going to be a lot of self-studying involved with it, right? Meaning you're not going to necessarily be able to reach out to the teacher or the YouTuber or whatever to ask him or her a bunch of questions so that they can explain concepts to you. I mean, that's typically how this works. Not saying that they're giving out bad information, but A lot of this stuff you're going to have to dedicate the time on your own to learning and comprehending and understanding. Um, when programs start getting a little bit more expensive, it's not necessarily because the person who put the course together wants to make a bunch of money, although making money is a great thing. But they're typically adding on extra services that can hopefully enhance your overall learning experience by, providing coaching, mentorships, one-on-one training to help you with your resume. They're, got a whole bunch of labs that they're walking you through, yada, yada, yada. All the stuff that I do for those of y'all who are interested in my advanced training programs. So that's typically what you're paying for. So I'm saying all to say, when you're sitting around thinking about, man, I want to become an IT professional and I want to get these IT certs, don't just necessarily make a decision based off of the costs associated with whatever program that you're trying to buy into, unless, money is the number one, which I don't even want to say it like that, but unless absolutely sure you can only afford X, Y, and Z because your funds are severely restricted for whatever reason. But if you can afford to invest a little bit more money to get a higher quality product that can help you learn and comprehend this information, and especially if you can reach out and conversate, if you can reach out and have a conversation with the actual person who presents the information, where they're giving you some coaching, tutoring, mentoring, etc., I would strongly consider investing in that, because like I said earlier, the initial cost or whatever these people might charge, it might seem pricey, but at the end of the day, if that can help you land a job making $50,000, $60,000 a year, and then working in the IT industry, assuming you know what you want to do and you're moving along pretty quick, you can go from 50,000 to 75, 80, $90,000 in like 3 to 5 years. And all it took was you $1,500, $2,000 to get it to get started. So that's just something to think about when it comes to costs. All right. Let's go to the next one. All right. What's the third reason? Fear of failure. So the fear of failing the exam, this can prevent individuals from even attempting to get certified, especially if they had negative past experiences in testing. So basically, people are scared to take the test. And why are they scared to take the test? Well, there's a couple reasons why, but let me show you the most important reason why people are scared to take these tests, especially these CompTIA tests. This is the number one reason why. The cost of these tests. All right. So CompTIA, they charge 200 as of February 2nd. I got to go update this, but as of February 2nd, one testing voucher for the A+ cert costs $253. All right. I sell it for $231, but even at the price that I buy it is not that much of a difference, because I don't make hardly any money off of selling these testing vouchers. For every one voucher I sell, I might make about $10. That's it. So I'm not making any money off these things. But this is one of the reasons why people are scared to go take the test, is because the costs associated with these vouchers. Meaning, if you go in there, you pay for the voucher, you go take the test, you fail it, you don't get a refund, you don't get a retry, you are out of your money. That's it. If you really want to take that test, you're gonna have to buy another voucher and go out there and do it again. Now, why are people failing the test when they go in there after they done spent $200 something or whatever the heck it is that they're paying for? Well, one of the reasons why people are failing is because they're not putting in the proper study time. Right? So I don't really truly believe that a lot of people, you do have cases where people have test anxiety, but based on my experience, most people fail these certifications because they are not properly prepared to take the test, meaning they haven't put in the 30 minutes a day to study. They haven't developed a study rhythm to get them prepared. They haven't done this. They haven't done that. That's probably the number one reason. And then the other reason is, the cost of the exam can be, rather expensive. So that's another reason why. All right, let's go to the next reason. Next reason, insufficient knowledge. Insufficient knowledge is another reason why people don't go get their IT certifications. So some people feel that they do not have the necessary knowledge or experience to pass the exam, leading them to delay or avoid the certification process altogether. Now, this also ties back into what I was saying earlier about you potentially buying a product from a content creator or whoever, or going to a tech college. As a matter of fact, I got somebody that hit me up. I did a consultation with them about a week or two ago. This person lives in California, and this person was telling me they're enrolled into a tech college right now, and it's free, paid for by the taxpayers, of course, but they don't have to pay out of pocket. But they are enrolling into my program next month, even though they got to pay. I'm talking about my advanced program. And so I asked this person, I'm like, well, why are you doing that? Why are you willing to pay me what I charge when you just told me you're enrolled into a free program at a tech college, community college in somewhere in California where you're essentially kind of learning the same stuff? And this person told me it's because my program is way more detailed than what he's going to be learning over there. Like, they don't go into the detail, the nitty gritty. They don't do the resume stuff that I offer. They don't have all these labs. They don't have this one-on-one structured thingamabob that I got going on. Basically, this person feels like they're not getting all the knowledge that they feel they need to not only pass the certification, but also be able to walk into a job interview and confidently talk about what the heck it is that they learned on that certification. Because when you guys go apply for a job, getting a IT cert, like I would just use the A+ certification. Getting an A+ certification, anybody can get one. You can go download test banks that have, like, I don't know, 1,000 questions, and just sit there and study the questions for about 5 days. Go take the test and pass it. Anybody can do that. Now, the problem is, how many people can take that information and properly dress it up on a resume? And I'm not talking about lying on your resume. I'm talking about when you look at your resume, it says, hey, I'm CompTIA A+ certified. And then you got all these little bullet points explaining, yes, I have experience dealing with Active Directory. I have experience dealing with Soho networks. I have experience dealing with this, that, and the third. And you can actually walk it and talk it and demonstrate it if need be, that, hey, I know how to do this, and I'm not just a certified person. Well, in my opinion, that kind of makes you stand out. You know what I'm saying? You're a person that I probably don't have to invest nowhere near as much time into training from scratch like I would the person who all they did was just get their A+ certification, but they can't explain how to do anything else beyond tell me, hey, I know what TCP/IP stands for. You understand what I'm saying? So insufficient knowledge. Some people feel like, hey, I'm gonna go watch this person on YouTube and I'm just gonna look at their slideshows, and that's fine and dandy to help you get certified. But once again, I think if you really want to be competent in getting certifications, it's a combination of you learning the information to get certified and also learning the necessary skill sets by way of some type of lab, whether it's physical, virtual, however it is you got to get it in so that you can apply the knowledge that you're learning. That's what I firmly believe is the best outcome for most people, especially those who are serious about trying to progress in their future career. All right. So that's why you guys need to go check out my study materials and consider your boy Tech G, because that's what I do. I help you all. My mission is to help y'all get certified. But those y'all who want the advanced training, that's what I do in the advanced training. I pour my all into you. Right. My 20 years experience, my certifications, my college degrees, my work experience, I pours it all into you because I want you to be successful. Because if you be successful, then that makes me successful in terms of me, trying to get more people to, support the business over here. You know what I mean? What's another reason? Uncertainty about benefits. So individuals may not see a clear connection between certification and career advancement, salary increases, or job security, making them question the value of investing time and money into getting certified. All right. So we got all these videos floating around on YouTube about how you can make $100,000 a year in IT. And look, I'm guilty of making the videos myself. But One thing that I always stress in my videos that I really don't see too many other content creators doing. I'm not saying that they don't, but based off of me skimming along, watching a couple videos here and there, I always go out of my way to stress, yes, you can make $100,000 in IT, but if you're a person doing a total career change, or you're just kicking off your career because you just graduated high school and or college not too long ago, the odds of you making $100,000 a year, especially with an A+ certification just starting off, are damn near non-existent unless you know somebody at the company that can damn near guarantee you that type of money. Meaning you're going to have to get in there and build your way up. Now, is it going to take you 15, 20, 30 years to hit 100,000 in IT? Hell no, right? You know what I'm saying? For those, because I know somebody in the chat mentioned that they're working in the retail world. Shout out to Viv. You know, Viv, if Viv wants to make $100,000 working in retail, Viv probably gonna have to work there for about 20, 25 years, right? In tech, you can crack 100, especially at least the way that I teach it. Let's just, so remember, when I talk about this stuff, I frame everything within the context of the lane in IT that I'm familiar with. I don't know all lanes in IT. I'm not a database developer. I'm not a programmer. I'm not this. I'm not that. All I know is networking, cybersecurity, and cloud. So that's pretty much my lane right there, right? Anyways, you go the lane that I teach, right? You can hit $100,000. I always tell people you can make you can realistically expect to make $100,000 in 3 to 5 years. That's assuming you know exactly what you want to do, the path that you have to take, and you're going out there doing the things you got to do and getting the necessary work experience so you can make that resume stand out and look beautiful, right? If you're dragging your feet, it might take you 5 to 10 years. But regardless of which path you go, it shouldn't take you 15 to 20 years to crack $100,000 in IT. Now, when people make these videos talking about making $100,000 in IT, I don't think a lot of people really explain that or put enough emphasis on that, because that can possibly deter people who are just excited about the possibility of cracking 6 figures if they've never made 6 figures before. I think you have to be realistic about it. Like, nah, B, you can do it, but this is more than likely how it's going to happen for you, right? And if you do what I tell you to do, more than likely you'll be there. Because matter of fact, I have a student, I featured him on the channel, Demetrius, my bad. Where's he at? Let me find. Oh, he's down here somewhere. Hold on. So I always talk about this brother right here, Demetrius, just 3 years ago. Me and this brother met 3 years ago. This brother was working at Walmart making $12 an hour just 3 years ago. Today, Demetrius makes over $100,000 a year working in IT. And how did he get there? He just did what I told him to do. Essentially, I worked with him, mentored him, helped him out, taught him. He just did what I'm like, hey, if you do these things, this is what is more than likely going to happen. He went out there and did the things I told him to do, in addition to some other stuff that he chose to do on his own. In just 3 years, within literally 3 years, it's been literally like 3 years now, he already makes over 6 figures in IT. 3 years ago, he was making $12 an hour, walking up and down the aisles of Walmart. That's what he was doing. So this is extremely realistic. And as it relates to the benefits and career progression, this is where mentorship kicks in, or this is where honest YouTubers, tech YouTubers kick in, and not necessarily tech influencers who are trying to, make you these crazy promises about flying on private jets and popping bottles with a bunch of models all over the place if you take their course. Now, you do what Tech G tells you to do. Realistically, this is what you can expect to get. All right. What's another one? Lack of support. So without encouragement or support from employers, colleagues, or mentors, individuals may lack the motivation to pursue getting certified. All right. Lack of support is a major thing. Now, with Tech G's advanced program over here, and yes, I'm going to keep promoting it, because all of these things that I'm talking about on this list as to why people don't get certified. I put this in my course to help you get certified. So over here, for my students that sign up for whatever, my little advanced programs for A plus, Net plus, Security plus, etc. I meet with these students at least once a week, Tuesdays, 8 o'clock. I meet with my students. Some of them show up, some of them don't. But the ones that do show up Tuesdays at 8 o'clock, we on there for about an hour, hour and a half or whatever, and it's straight motivation time. I'm asking them, what have they done this week in terms of the work that they're supposed to be doing or how they're progressing through the course. One of my students, he actually recently got hired at a company where he's at a company right now. He transitioned from another career field to IT. Anyways, he signed up with my course. We've been working with this brother for about 2-3 months now, but he actually went out and got a job already. And he's actually, the things that he's learning, he's applying at his job and is actually getting some really good results in terms of his employers looking at him extremely favorable, right? And so I check up on this brother once a week, or he checks in and lets me know not only his progression with the course, but his progression with his new career. We do this once a week, at least once a week. And then if people want one-on-one time with me to help me explain concepts or go over things with them, yada, 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 students have the opportunity to book one-on-one time so that I can help them get right in the process. All right. So you need that support system, ladies and gentlemen, unless you're just a very strong-minded person. But based on my experience of teaching and doing this stuff, because look, like I said, I've been in IT for over 20 years. Out of the 20 years, I got about a combined 10. Out of those 20 years, there's about 10 years or so in some form or fashion, online, offline, in real life, or just virtually, of me teaching and helping people get certified. So that's what I've been doing. But one of the major things that I've seen is if you don't have a support system, whether it's your family, your friends, or even just the person teaching you, that could possibly be a major problem, unless you're just really extremely determined, I'm going to get this at all costs. All right. So get you a support system. If you can't find one in your personal life, come holler at Tech G. I will hold your hand and pat you on the back and tell you all the things you need to hear, the realistic things you need to hear so that you can be successful. All right. What's up, Andy? I see y'all's comments. I'm gonna get to them after I do my slideshow. What's another reason why people don't get their IT certifications? Procrastination. So many people intend to get certified, but they keep postponing the process, often due to procrastination or a lack of immediate urgency. All right. So people are like, hey, I want to get certified. Remember, I talked about this. I had posted a video a couple weeks ago where I was actually talking about the types of people who get certified. And one of the groups I was talking about are people that'll be like, hey, I want to get certified. They'll sign up for a course, but they'll never develop a battle rhythm to help them get certified. Meaning, I'm gonna study my 30 minutes a day, do what I got to do, block off this time, and go get certified. They'll start off strong, and then something will happen. They'll be like, I'll get to it next week. I'll get to it 2 months from now, 3 months from now. Then they just keep going through this cycle over and over and over again. All right. So I did a video talking about that. Go look it up. It's on YouTube. But procrastination, man, that's a major issue. One of the things that I tell people, if you are serious about getting your IT certification, the very first thing you should do is go buy your testing voucher and schedule your test date. All right. I'm talking about before you even buy a course, before you buy a book, before you sit down and start studying, go get your testing voucher first and go schedule your exam. Lock yourself in. So that way you can use that as motivation to study, because now you have already invested the money. And if you don't study, you're going to lose your money. All right. So that's one little trick I believe can help you avoid procrastination. Now, that doesn't work with everybody, of course, but It's worked with me in the past when I was chasing certifications. I would get the voucher, lock it in. Let's just say I was going for my Network Plus or something like that. I don't know. I would buy the voucher. Well, get the voucher because anyways, I got certified when I was in the Army, so the vouchers were free for me. But anyways, I would get the voucher, then I would schedule my test out like 90 days. Well, I had 90 days to learn all this information to go get certified to at least pass that test. All right. And that worked for me. And I've seen it work for other people. So I think that's the best method. Somebody says that meme is their reality. Yeah, man. You can either be productive or you can procrastinate. And unfortunately, a lot of people, they're going to chase, the procrastination route. And we're all guilty of it. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's saying that you got to be a perfect person. Even I procrastinate a lot. I'm a heavy procrastinator. Well, in certain areas of my life, I procrastinate a lot. But at the same time, at least as far as I'm concerned, with my procrastination, and I know I'm reaching a deadline, that tends to rev me up, get me actually focused on accomplishing a certain task. I'm not saying that you all should do that, but it takes a certain type of person to work under that kind of pressure to get something done because they've been procrastinating when they could have finished this thing weeks and months ago. All right. What's another reason why people aren't getting certified? Let's see. Complexity of the process. So the certification process can be perceived as complex or cumbersome, including understanding prerequisites, registering for exams, and completing necessary training. Basically, what this is saying is a lot of people don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to start. Prime example, I did a consultation 2 days ago with a brother, right? He works for an IT company. Not necessarily in the IT. I don't want to. All right, so this brother works in a major IT company, right? But he has no certifications, right? Basically, he fixes a lot of computers and stuff like that, or fixes issues with people's computers, right? But he has no certifications. The brother didn't know exactly where to start, so he booked the consultation to learn IT fundamentals, right? Now, IT fundamentals, y'all know that's my most popular video on my YouTube channel. It's like 300,000 plus views on it so far. But this is a certification that I always tell people this is something you can teach middle schoolers, some high school kids, even some college kids, or working adults who just want a general understanding of IT. Like you're not gonna go into extreme depth and detail to become a subject matter expert. It's just gonna basically highlight a bunch of different areas about IT. This is what a peripheral is. This is what a database is, and this is what cybersecurity is. It's kind of some stuff like that, right? Anyways, did the consultation with the brother. He was like, "Yo, I want to take your advanced IT fundamentals course," and then I asked him why, and then he told me what he did. I was like, "Well, I think you need to start here at A plus," and he didn't necessarily understand why. So I had to explain to him. I'm like, "Well, just what I told y'all. You already work in a tech role, but you're not certified. This IT fundamentals isn't really going to help your career. A plus is what's going to really help your career and get you certified, and you go out there, start looking for other jobs. You're going to more than likely see the A plus certification being listed. I don't think I've ever seen a job posting requiring somebody to be ITF certified. Now, I'm not saying that y'all shouldn't get the IT fundamentals because it can help you, but for somebody in his position, I had to convince him to start here because I'm like, this will be more beneficial to you. And the reason why is because he didn't understand the process. He didn't understand the complexities of the process, or nobody really explained it to him. Like, what should you do? How you should do this? Tech G, I explain all that to everybody. Right? Those of y'all who sign up for my stuff, even those y'all who buy vouchers for me, like people who buy vouchers for me all the time. I send them step-by-step instructions how to register for your test with your voucher. Those y'all who sign up for my advanced training program, you get all of that wonderful information. Because like I say, that program is designed to hold your hand, walk you through it. The only thing I don't do for you is take the test for you. And I do not sit down and do a job interview for you. Now, I don't do those things. You got to do those things on your own. But I give you all the information that you need to know to go out there and successfully pass this test. I give you all the quality time that you need, that you feel like you need, so I can help you pass this test. I do whatever I got to do, like I say, except for take the test and do the job interview for you. All right. So I explain the complexities of the process and try to make it easy so that you're not going in there blindsided. Right. That's part of the services that I offer for those who are, trying to get certified out in these streets. What's another reason people don't get certified? Negative perceptions. So some individuals believe that certifications are not necessary or that they do not accurately reflect one's skills and abilities, viewing practical experience as more valuable. Now, I do agree with this. And I've said this 1,000 times. When it comes to the order of importance as it relates to IT, the number one thing is, who do you know? Who do you know and who knows you? That can help you bypass all types of stuff in life, right? You can just jump straight to the top of the line with that. But if you don't know anybody, you trying to go out there and get a job, the next thing is you need to have some type of experience, right? That's the next most important thing. Well, if you ain't got no experience working in tech, you need to at least come to that job interview with an IT certification. All right. And then after that, in my personal opinion, is college degrees and all that other stuff, right? Now, the thing is, experience is king as it relates to certifications. But when you guys are out there trying to apply for a job on Indeed and LinkedIn and all these other places, if you don't have the certification, oftentimes they're not even going to look at your resume, unfortunately, right? So you can have all the experience in the world, know how to flip a computer, do all this, that, and the third, you know about everything. But if you don't have a certification, you might not get looked at for the job. And the reason why is because when you guys submit these resumes into these job posting sites, they explicitly say, hey, A+, Net Plus, Security Plus. And like I say, if you don't have it, the AI system that scans that stuff is just going to reject your resume before you even get a chance to sit down and talk to a person to demonstrate and explain, I know what the heck I'm doing, right? That's kind of how it works. Now, it shouldn't be that way, but you also got to think about how many people are applying for these jobs, right? So when you see a job posting on Indeed for like a system administrator or, junior network admin or even a help desk job, dude, it might be 1,000 people applying for that one job. How do you weed? How do you weed out 1,000 people so you can find at least 5 people to interview or 10 people to interview? Well, you got to put these stipulations in there. You got to have this certification or you got to have this college degree, because that's another big thing right there. A lot of people complain about, why do they want you to have a college degree to apply for an entry-level IT job? Well, the thing is, you don't need a college degree. They're just doing that just to cut down on the number of people that's about to apply for this job. And unfortunately, that's just one of those things that's kind of somewhat hard to get around if you're going just strictly through an automation process like that, right? That's why I say, this is why you guys need to go subscribe to Before the Billions. Let me go pull his channel name back up. Before the Billions actually talks about this stuff a lot in detail. And he actually explains the importance of why you guys need to go to networking events, right? He's going through this process right now. He's documenting his ups and downs. And like I say, I'm just going to say, because he put this on his channel, he recently got laid off, right? Due to whatever reason, I don't know. But he's documenting his experience of applying for jobs, going to networking events so that he can make connections with people, so that he can kind of bypass the traditional submitting of the resume through Indeed, where he can meet somebody that works at this company over here, and then they know the hiring manager, and then he can probably get a referral so that he can go sit down and talk to the hiring manager and then explain his experience versus him trying to, oh, let me make sure I got my college degree, let me make sure I got my all my certs properly listed. He can bypass all that crap. So that's why you guys need to go support him. He gives you the play-by-play on how to do that, right? But if you can't go to these networking events and you can't do that, then like I say, this slideshow says, some people believe skills is more important than certs, and I do believe that to be true. But if you can't bypass the automated job posting site because you don't know anybody that works at the company or whatever the case may be, or you haven't went to a networking event to get in contact with some people so you can reach out and talk to them through LinkedIn or something like that, well, you're going to have to get these certifications so that you can hopefully get a job interview. And then when you get to the interview, you hopefully know what the heck you're talking about, i.e., you've taken a course like mine where you got labbed up real good. You know how to do this, you know how to do that. Excuse me. You can explain your skill sets to the actual human being. All right. Shout out to Dre, Tech G for president. I appreciate that. And I appreciate your channel membership. Thank you very much. But anyways, y'all sub to Before the Billions. All right. Let me see. How many more slides I got? All right. Another reason. This might be the final reason. Yeah, this is the final reason. Another reason why people do not get their IT certifications. Changing industry requirements. So in fast evolving fields, the requirements for certifications can change rapidly, making it challenging for individuals to keep up and feeling uncertain about which certification to pursue. So the tech industry, you're not going to remain stagnant, right? You're not just going to go out there and get a job. And, let me back that up. You can do that. I've actually interacted with a person that was like that. Matter of fact, I was on a live stream with Before the Billions some months ago, and he had a guest on his show that worked in help desk, and this brother had been working in help desk for 16 years, right? No shade to the brother. Maybe that's what this brother wants to do. He's content with his job, but I don't know too many people. I've never run across too many people that they just want to work help desk for the rest of their life. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with the help desk. It's a great starting point. It's one of the easiest ways to get into IT. But I always tell people, you shouldn't be there no longer than 12 months, 18 at the most. That's enough time for you to learn what you got to learn, figure out what you want to do in IT, get whatever necessary certs, get whatever necessary skills you need to build up your resume, throw that thing back out there and go get another job. All right. But if that's where you want to be, that's where you want to be. But anyways, as far as this slide is concerned, the tech industry is always changing. All right. Just look at the introduction of artificial intelligence and how it's impacted our lives just over the last couple years. Rewind the clock back 10 years ago. AI was around 10 years ago, but it was nowhere near involved in our lives like it is today. What do you think the future is going to look like in the next 10 years as AI rapidly develops even more? Our cloud technologies rapidly develop even more. So what I'm saying is you become an IT professional and you want to make top dollar, move up. You want to make $100,000. You want to move to a senior management position to where one day you're a chief technology officer, a chief information security officer, something like that. Well, you're going to have to be flexible. You're going to have to constantly adjust to the times, keep up with the trends, keep up with whatever it is you got to keep up with, whether it's certification requirements or whatever. I don't freaking know. It could be a whole bunch of crap out there. I don't know. You have to keep up with whatever you got to keep up with. You can't just go into this thing thinking, hey, I'm just going to learn A+ and I'm done. You can do that, but you can only get so far in life with that, right? Like with students who inquire about the A+ for me, I always let it be known, hey man, this is the starting point. This is the starting point. You're going to have to go get your Network Plus and your Security Plus after this. If you want a well-rounded understanding of how the IT industry works, you're going to have to go do these things right here. And then after that, you're going to have to make a decision. What do you want to do in tech? Oh, I want to be cybersecurity. Well, you're going to have to go get this cert or this cert. I want to do cloud technology. Well, you might have to go get this cert or this cert. You know what I'm saying? It's, you're going to have to constantly keep learning and achieving things, possibly achieving certifications. And let me back that up, because I don't want to make it seem like you're going to spend the rest of your career chasing certifications. That's not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is you're going to have to go get the necessary certifications that are related to the job that you want, that your employer says you have to have, right? So if you decide, hey, I want to be, I'm looking at my board over here. I want to be a network architect or something like that, right? You might have to go get you a CCNA. Like you can't just stop at A+. You can't just stop at Network Plus. You're probably going to have to go get some type of CCNA. And then you might have to get the next one that comes after CCNA. I think it's, what is this? Not CCNA, it's CC. I got to go look it up. CC something. I can't remember what it is. But anyway, you might have to, you're going to have to go get specialized in something, right? That doesn't mean that you got to go get every certification in the world, but you can't just stop and be like, this is all I need to get, and just think you're just going to move up. No, you're going to have to constantly adapt, get the necessary skills in your life and or certs so that you can move up, specialize, and become that subject matter expert in life one day. That's just how this thing works. And it pretty much works like that in damn near any profession, to be honest with you. But as far as tech is concerned, it definitely works like that. You know what I mean? So that's my slideshow, man. So let's just fly through this real quick. One more time. These are the top 10 reasons people do not get certified. Reason one is a lack of time. All right. I'm not going to read all this to you, but that's the number one reason. People always say that something's going on. Well, you're going to have to make time if you want to get certified. There's no getting around that. Reason two, high costs, right? People look at training programs and they be like, man, that's too expensive. And some of them are expensive, but you have to weigh, what is the ROI? If I pay this person this money, whether it's $100 or $2,000 or whatever, what am I to get at the end of this? What's at the end of the rainbow besides a certification? Is it just a certification, or is it a mentor, a coach, somebody that can help me get a job and possibly help me start out above the help desk or whatever the heck it is I'm aiming for? So you gotta weigh the cost of these things, right? And don't just purely make a decision based off of cost. Fear of failure, right? The fear of failure, failing the exam, can prevent individuals from even attempting to get certified. Like I said earlier, most people who use that as an excuse, 9 times out of 10, these are people who haven't properly prepared to take the test, meaning they haven't sat down and did their due diligence to study to take the test. So now they're terrified of going to take the test because they know the odds are they're probably going to fail, right? Insufficient knowledge. People feel they don't have the necessary knowledge or experience to pass the exam, leading them to delay or avoid the certification process altogether. So once again, this ties directly into picking a program or a mentor or signing up for a school, community college, whatever the heck it is that's out there for you that you feel is best for you. Hopefully they got a solid, decent program in place or structured program in place to help you get from point A to point B. Like I say, the first point is getting certified, and hopefully within that you learn some type of skill sets that you can add to your resume, so on and so forth. And for those of y'all who mess with your boy over here, Tech G, you will click on in the description box where it says study materials. I got you covered for all budgets, right? But my advanced program is where I pour my all into you. I give you the whole thing, right? So, but it does come at a price. What else? Uncertain about the benefits. So once again, I get certified. What's going to happen? Well, depending upon the type of training you got and how well you were trained, in addition to getting your certification, that could be the difference between you starting off at the help desk or you possibly getting a job paying $60,000, $70,000 at the door. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully you find you a competent person that can explain that to you, and not just somebody who's going to tell you, hey man, sign up for my course, make $100,000 and you're going to be driving Lamborghinis. No, you come holler at Tech G. I'm going to tell you, you ain't going to be driving. I don't even drive a Lamborghini. So why would I tell you you're going to drive something that I don't even drive, right? I'm going to be realistic with you. Like, hey, this is what's going to happen. And this is how long it might take you to make $100,000, which is good money, right? Especially if you're coming from a job where you make it $25,000, $30,000 a year, and all of a sudden 3-4 years later, you making $100,000. I think that's pretty damn good, assuming, you manage your money pretty well. But I'm not going to make no absurd promises about flying on private jets. I've never flown on a private jet a day in my life. So I'm not going to sit here and try to sell you on a private jet when I've never been on one, right? Lack of support. You need that support, whether it's your family, your friends, your coworkers, or you can come holler at Tech G, man. I give you all the support you need, right? I pat you on the back, hug you, all that stuff. No diddy. Procrastination. This is a big one right here. You need to stop being lazy. You need to stop making excuses and just go out there and get it done. Complexity in the process. You don't have somebody to explain to you how this thing works, because you're just watching a bunch of random TikTokers talking about a bunch of crap they don't know what the hell they're talking about. You come holler at somebody like me who's been doing this for a hot little minute, 20 plus years. I get you right out in these streets. Negative perceptions. There's another reason some individuals believe certs aren't necessary and skills are. Well, that's kind of true. But if you want to get a job and you're going through those traditional job posting boards, well, in order for your resume to be seen, you're probably going to have some type of certification. And then changing industry requirements. So once again, you keeping up with the times and not remaining stagnant. All right. So those are the top reasons that Tech G believes people do not get certified. All right. Let's head over to the comments section. See what I've missed up in here. All right, Viv said, that's why I'm here now. I watched a few of your videos and I'm super excited to hear more and keep growing with you and your channel. Shout out to Viv, who is also a channel member. And once again, if you guys want to become channel members, you can. Let me explain the memberships to you real quick. As soon as I find my channel. Well, I can't see my own membership button. Anyways, I think I have 4 memberships. I think the first one is like $1.99. You could just be a Tech G supporter. The next one's like $5. That's where you get access to all the live streams, because this will be going behind that. This will be going up in there. The next one starts off at like $10. That's where you get access to the A+ course. And I'm going to be putting other stuff in there. And then the next one's like $15. You get access to everything, plus the network, plus security, plus. And then as time moves on, I will be adding other certifications, CCNA. I'm working on eventually going to be working on the CCNA course. I'm also going to be working on which one? I'm looking at my board right now. I'm trying to figure out which one. Oh yeah. AWS cloud. I'm going to be putting cloud courses in there, some other higher level networking courses, and some other higher level cybersecurity stuff. And then even at the $10 level with the A+, I'm putting other certifications in there, like maybe Project Plus. But these are all things that take time to do. And remember, I'm a one-man band operation. I have literally zero help. I'm the content creator. I'm the editor. I'm the thumbnail maker. I'm the course creator. Like, I don't have any help. So I can only do so much when I can do it. All right. But go get you a channel membership, though. Shout out to Hyphy. Agreed. Free information will only get you so far. At some point, you have to invest your resources into educating yourself. That is extremely important. You get what you pay for at the end of the day. Now, that doesn't necessarily always hold true, because you can get some crap and have paid a pretty penny for it. Like that's happened to me in the past in other areas of life. But it typically holds true for most things. You get what you pay for. And like I say, at least with me, for the students that I've taught and I'm still teaching, you know, they're all getting results. And I'm not saying that just because I'm the man, even though I am the man, but whatever. But this program right here that I have, my advanced training program, and like I say, I'm gonna actually be changing this up because, like I said, if you click on my, like I said, the link is in the description box. It'll say like study materials or something like that. It'll take you to this page right here. And right now, I got all this stuff: IT fundamentals, A plus, Net plus. And like I say, over time, as I build them, I'm gonna add more stuff to it. But one thing with the advanced training, I'm probably gonna get away from that to a certain extent. What do I mean? Instead of me just selling the advanced network plus or the advanced A plus, I'm going to be putting together career tracks, right? So somebody says, "Hey, Tech G, I want to be I want to go into cloud computing." Well, I'm gonna have it'll be a career track, and it's going to be all advanced stuff for that career track. Or if they be like, "Hey, I want to go on the networking or cybersecurity," they're going to be career tracks with all of my advanced courses in there. So basically, the full blown program that you see here, where I give you the homework assignments to do. Obviously, it'll be longer than 12 months. All the labs and all the stuff that I give you, the exam vouchers, you know, the support, the resume, help you with the resumes, the whole kit and caboodle are going to be placed in these career tracks based off of what you say you want to do. So eventually, me just selling the individual advanced training program on a on an individual basis, that's gonna kind of go away over time, but it's going to transform into a career track is what I'm trying to tell you, if that makes sense. But yes, you get what you pay for, right? But regardless, even if you're paying $100 or whatever, you should be able to learn enough information to help you pass that certification. All right, at least the certification. Some trade schools don't have the best structure to ensure the students are learning the info. It could be hit or miss with the trade schools. Trust me, I'm familiar with the trade schools all too well. And yes, you are correct. You are extremely correct about that. I don't get certs anymore. I just push my projects to GitHub. This is the best way and it's free. And you can't deny IT Tech G respect. Oh, you can't deny it, Tech G. Oh, I don't have an issue with GitHub. GitHub is a great, especially if you're, like programming and stuff like that. I don't have an issue with that, or whatever project you're working on. That's a way where you can demonstrate your skill sets. Hell, even if you created a YouTube channel, right? And you made a YouTube channel demonstrate. Matter of fact, there's a guy on YouTube. I can't think of his name. He's actually, matter of fact, he actually lives in my city. He gets on YouTube and he does a bunch of network configurations for routers and switches. If he wanted to go find him a job as a network engineer, network architect, he could realistically list his YouTube channel and show people, hey, I know how to do this, and this is me on my YouTube channel doing this, right? Like he can use it. So GitHub could be a way for you to demonstrate your knowledge and your skills and whatever it is that you're doing as well. So it's not just all about certifications, but the thing is, JM, with most people who are just getting into tech, they don't know about GitHub. They don't know what the hell you can do with that over there. So a lot of, and plus when these people are trying to apply for a job, well, oftentimes a lot of these entry-level jobs explicitly state that you have to have a certification just to apply for the job. So you still got to apply. Now, once you get in the industry and you're working, like I'm assuming you work in IT and I'm not chasing IT certifications anymore either. And I'm assuming you're not. I'm at the point now I can just list my resume or hop on LinkedIn and somebody more than likely is in my inbox trying to contact me to apply for a job. But you got to remember, this channel is tailored towards the newbie who doesn't have that experience. They're not working in tech. They don't have a portfolio. They don't even have a YouTube channel, right? They're just trying to figure things out. So more than likely, they might have to get certified. And there's nothing wrong with that. Shout out to Andy Kane. Appreciate you being here. Shout out to Blackjack. Appreciate you being here. I've been A+ certified recently, still waiting on the cert in the mail, bro. Yeah, you can download your certification from the CompTIA site. But if you want I'm assuming you're waiting on the actual physical copy from CompTIA. I don't know how long it takes for them things to get out there, but you can easily download the PDF if you know from your account. I got certified, and because I'm interested and I'm very happy I finally took the exam. Shout out to you. I've been studying hard. I got the Blue Team Junior Analyst certs today, certification today, which consists of 5 entirely hands-on intro certifications. And I got Security Plus in January this year. I've been grinding. Shout out to Blackjack. Blackjack been out there getting it in life. That's what's up, Blackjack. Congratulations. Congratulations. Did I say what's up to Mr. Apache Helicopter? Shout out to him. He's also a member. I've seen before the Billions was laid off again and says he is losing his house and signing up to the Army. Yeah, I don't think he's joining the military. Although it wouldn't be a bad thing before the Billions, because I served 13 years active duty in the military, but I don't think he's actually joining the military. I think that was probably just a thumbnail he put together to get your attention, but I think he's more so focused on networking, going to a lot of these networking events, making connections so that he can hopefully land him a job. And I'm pretty sure he keeps doing what he's doing. Eventually he's going to land a job. So I started my network course online free. Started my network course online free course here in Ireland. That's what's up. Hopefully the information is enough to help you get certified. After seeing the incident with CrowdStrike gives me more motivation to retake my A+. All right. Yeah, I think the I didn't really look into it, to be honest with you, because I think, as a matter of fact, the CrowdStrike, when did that happen? I think that happened. Was it during the week I was on the cruise or the week I got back? I don't know. I can't remember, but I think it was some type of internal issue, if I'm not mistaken, where somebody had put in the wrong configurations on something and it caused a black. I don't know. It was crazy. Man, my stomach is growling. Sometimes they aren't expensive for individuals. They just don't want to invest in themselves, but okay buying $100, $200 pair of sneakers. Look, so we're not going to knock people who buy $100, $200 pair of sneakers, because I'm a fan of buying $100, $200 pair of sneakers. I buy lots of shoes, but I understand what you're saying. Because I mean, listen, people are going to buy what they want to buy. People are going to prioritize what they want to prioritize, right? So shaming people for buying Gucci belts and Jordans and stuff, that stuff doesn't work, right? People are just going to have to make a decision. They're going to have to figure out, all right, what's more important? Are these $200 shoes important, or me giving TechG $200 so I can learn this doggone certification so I can make money, so I can potentially make more money, so I can afford to buy even more $200 pair of shoes? They're going to have to come to that conclusion themselves. Obviously, myself, yourself, and others, we're gonna be making contents or comments, trying to convince them otherwise. But just going out there wagging your finger, why are you out there buying Jordans for $200 when you can be learning certifications? That doesn't register with people. They're just going to tune you out, right? You got to let them kind of feel the pain of life on their own eventually. And when they get tired, because matter of fact, one of my former students was like that. This guy, he was 28, 29 years old. He says when he was like 18, 19 years old, man, he just wanted to get him a job so he can have some extra money to go out there and just kind of party and live his life. And he spent most of his 20s just kind of living his life, working minimum wage jobs. But then he finally got to a point where I guess he wanted to get a real career. And matter of fact, he told me he wanted to get an adult career is what he told me. And then he started factoring in, man, how much does it cost? Because, when I deal with my students offline, right, one of the first classes that I give them, especially if they're young, because, for those of you guys who don't know, I'm actually a college professor, right? I teach IT and cybersecurity. So that's why I know about the cost of these things. Like I said, I was in the military before I became a full-time college professor. I used to work downtown helping to design databases and stuff like that. And then I was doing the college thing as a side thing. And then eventually I switched over to doing that full time or whatever. So I'm an IT cybersecurity college professor, right? So I deal with high school kids, people who just graduated high school, obviously college kids, and career switchers. Those are primarily the people that I teach. And anyways, one of these people, the student I was just talking about, he was one of these people or one of these students that he just kind of went through his 20s, just kind of, just flapping in the wind. Anyways, when I deal with my real life students, right, the very first lesson that I give them, especially the younger, especially the high school kids and stuff like that, is we go over a lesson as to how much does it cost to live, right? Because everybody wants to be an adult. I want to be the man. I want to be the woman. I want to live on my own. I want to do this. Well, I'm like, all right, let's go to the whiteboard. Let's talk about how much it costs to be an adult that lives on your own. How much is rent? How much is car insurance? You like getting your hair done? You like buying shoes? You like going out? You like doing this? And we go through this whole list of everything that they tell me. And I tell them, hey, this is how much money, based off of what y'all told me, you need to make every single month. Or this is how much money you need to make every single year just to afford to do the things that you just told me you want to do. And then I tell them, like, well, okay, how much is minimum wage? Right? If you're working at Wendy's, Walmart, then we go through that. Then I explain taxes to them, and I go back to that other board of how they told me they want to live. I'm like, do you think you can afford to live? Most of y'all gonna have to move back in with your parents, or you're gonna have to get a roommate. And then I explain to them the IT salaries and what they could be making. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh man, that's not that bad. So I go over these things. But if I go in there and wagging my finger, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, it's probably not going to hit and resonate with them, right? Because they're still stuck in this mindset. I want to look cool. I want the flashy shoes. They're going to have to go out there and experience life. And that's one thing I should have put in my slideshow. The people that I've seen that actually have the most motivation to pass an IT certification are people who have experienced the cost of life on their own, right? Those are the people that tend to be the most motivated because they know how much it costs to live. And they know that, man, I want to make more money so I can afford a higher quality of life, so I can pay off some debt, so I can go get this new car, I can get this new house, this apartment, whatever the heck it is that they're trying to do. Those are the people, in my experience, that tend to be more invested into it, and then they will understand the expenses associated with paying for a tech course and what the end result can possibly bring. Those are the people who tend to have the most experience based off my experience of doing this. The tech job market is tough in South Florida. I just need the Security Plus for the trifecta. At the moment, I'm working on getting my security clearance, SF 86 fund. Yeah, so everybody and their mama's applying for a tech job, or there's a lot of tech companies that aren't hiring because of the conditions of the economy, right? So my thing is, man, I need to drink some water. My thing is, you can consider moving to a less expensive city or expensive area of the country. Or maybe you can find you may have to find you a job that in IT that pays less money just to get started. Or look around and try to find some contracting work, 6-month, 9-month, or hell, even 3-month contract jobs, to kind of help you get by until you're able to find you a permanent position. Studying for the A+, I'm struggling to move on to the next topic, harder than I thought. It's not that it's hard, Day. It's just that there is an overabundance of information in these CompTIA certification exams. But if you put together 30 minutes a day, I think you'll be all right. I'm not saying that you're not, but I've been there. The test is 2 parts. I failed the 1101 twice and passed on the third time. I got the 1102 on the first try. Wait until you do the Network Plus. It's a beast, but I passed it today. Shout out to Chupa. He passes Network Plus today. And look, you can fail the A+ twice and pass it on the third time, let's just assume Chupa. Matter of fact, let's go back to my let me share my screen here. Let's just assume Chupa paid this stuff out of his pocket with no discount. And he paid $253. Let's do the math on this. Hold on. What's 253 times 3? Chupa, matter of fact, how many he said, let me read this again. He said he failed twice and passed on the third time. Okay, then we got to add another 253. All right. So Chupa, assuming Chupa paid full price out of his pocket, Chupa spent $1,012 just on vouchers to get certified. Right? That could be a lot of money. Consider a lot of money, right? But if Chupa goes out there and gets, matter of fact, and he got his network plus, so we got to add another $369 plus 369. So Chupa has so far, assuming he paid full price, he has spent $1,381 on testing vouchers alone. 4 A+ vouchers and 1 network plus voucher. Right? $1,381. Now that could be a lot of money. But if he goes out there and gets his first job, and let's just say he gets a job at the help desk, he's gonna make all his money back in probably the first 2 months. He'll make all his money back. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously we want people to pass on the first time go. But if you got to retake it, then you just got to retake it. But you got to think about what's at the end of this. What type of income can you potentially make? We got to keep that in the forefront of our minds at all times here. Tech G working hard for us. Least we can do is use his experience to help ourselves. Yeah, exactly. I appreciate that, Mr. Apache Helicopter. I have the PDF, bro, but yes, waiting since June 26. Certs are sent to Ireland from Germany. Oh, okay. Oh, you're overseas. So, yeah, I don't know. I would just, they'll be in the mail when they get there. Sup, MB? What do you think about a master's in cybersecurity information assurance after recently starting a career in cloud services? Hold up. All right, MB. So Tech G has a master's degree in information technology with a focus on information assurance, which is directly related to cybersecurity. So here's the thing about tech and college degrees. And this is where me and Before the Billions diverge from each other somewhat. I'm of the mindset that college degrees aren't really that important in IT unless you're going for specific positions. Like, once again, I'm a college professor. Obviously, I have to have a college degree, right? Or if you're trying to go to some type of management position, you may have to have a college degree. There are lots and lots of people that work in tech and cybersecurity that do not have college degrees. They just got certifications. Now, where Before the Billions comes in, and this leads back, because he's done videos on this, and this leads back into the job requirements on websites like Indeed and Monster.com. Unfortunately, they always tend to list you have to have a college degree to apply for certain IT jobs, even though the job doesn't necessarily require you to have a college degree, because they're trying to weed out or cut down on the amount of people that are about to apply for this job. So having a degree can give you an upper hand when it comes to applying for a lot of these jobs, because just you having the degree is gonna, and I'm assuming you got some type of IT experience, but just you having a degree, that already makes you stand out in a crowd of potentially hundreds, if not thousands, applying for a job. Meaning your resume might just bypass all these people just because of the damn degree, right? But I don't want to, knock college. Look, I'm a dude with 3 college degrees, so I don't want to knock a college degree, but I personally just don't think it's that necessary. But unfortunately, some of you might have to consider it. Not everybody, just to apply for some of these jobs. But this is why it's important that you guys learn to network with people like Before the Billions talks about on his channel. So maybe that you can possibly bypass these crazy restrictions and guidelines that they unfortunately post on these job posting sites. So I don't know if I answered your question or not, but cybersecurity degrees are cool. They're not, especially if you're not paying for it out of pocket, i.e., you want some type of scholarship, or your company's paying for it, or your rich uncle is paying for it, or something like that. That's always great. But if you got to pay for it out your own pocket, and you got to invest tens, 5,000, 10,000, however much it costs for you to get that damn degree, I don't know, man. I don't know, because that same money that you applied towards that college degree, you could have applied it towards some industry certifications and a training program to get, like Tech G, and a training program to help you get skilled up and certified out in these streets, which holds more weight at the end of the day in terms of your employability, as far as I'm concerned, and based off of what I've seen. So I don't think it's bad. It'll help you understand some concepts, and you got a piece of paper saying I'm college educated. I can go out there and do the damn thing, but I highly encourage you to probably get the relevant certs that you may need for certain positions that you plan on going into. Obviously, especially if your job is mandating that you have it. So I hope that answers the question. What are your thoughts on the global IT outage and the previous cyber attacks that have been happening in 2022, 2024? Yeah, like I say, when the cyber strike thing happened, I think I was on the cruise ship. I don't think I was paying attention. But just cyber attacks in general is not going to stop, is not going to slow down. I mean, they're only going to rev up more. They're going to be used, God forbid we go into some type of world war situation or something like that, or some conflict that we are directly involved in and not indirectly involved in. Cyber warfare is going to be a part of the game. You don't necessarily have to launch bullets and tanks at people. You could just launch commands and scripts at people and knock out entire infrastructures. So cybersecurity is here to stay, because everything is online. All your medical records are online. Your bank accounts are online. Your academic records, your employment, your social security stuff, everything about you is digitized in some form or fashion. And all of that stuff can potentially be compromised, right? So guess what? We need people out there to enter the IT field, especially cybersecurity, to help secure and protect that information from would-be hackers and other people who are threatening the infrastructure, whether it's a little script kiddie all the way up to a nation state actor like North Korea or Russia, something like that. This stuff ain't going away. So cyber attacks are just gonna, as long as we're online, they're just gonna keep happening. But if you got the skill set to become some type of cybersecurity personnel, you stand to potentially make a lot of money, because last time I checked, there are more unfilled. Let me see. Last time I checked, there was roughly 1 million unfilled cybersecurity jobs in America, where they just don't have the qualified people to fulfill the job roles, because people aren't learning cybersecurity at the pace that companies need them to learn it. So you learn those skill sets and you become really good at it, you could potentially, write your own check. The tech job market is tough. Did I already read this one? I think I did. Oh, my current role is focused on managing clients' Azure infrastructure resources. Oh, so you already work in the industry and you're trying to go get that? Yeah, I would get that. I mean, you're already working, dealing with the Azure infrastructure. So you're dealing with some cloud stuff, and a lot of that stuff directly relates to can tie into cybersecurity as well. I would get it. It'll possibly help you move up the chain of command over there in terms of management positions and all that stuff, especially if your company's going to pay for it. Yeah, I don't have a Discord. People have been asking me to put together a Discord. Truth be told, I've never used Discord a day in my life, to be honest with you. So I don't have a Discord. I don't even use it. I don't even know why I would use it. I don't know. Maybe I ought to look into it, but I've never set up a Discord server, so I don't know. As a graduate with Bachelor of Science in Information Technology and Security Plus certified, but no work experience, how can the person get a job in either IT or in cybersecurity? So Lebby, if you got a bachelor's in IT and your Security Plus, you should be able to find you a job damn near immediately. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to automatically get a cybersecurity job, because most people tend to transition into cybersecurity roles, meaning they'll start off help desk, networking, system administrator, or something like that. I don't know. And then they'll transition into a cybersecurity role. That's most people. That's not all. That's most people that I've come across. But just getting a job, I mean, with a college degree and the Security Plus cert, you just applying for a job on Indeed, your resume already stands out from the thousands of people that are going to be applying for that job just because you got the college degree. Like, you already checked that block. So you just need to find you somebody to tune up your resume. My man, that's the best way to explain it. That's why I subscribe. Shout out to Viv. Nothing wrong with having nice clothes, but if you already have a lot of nice stuff, then don't say you can't afford certifications. If you keep buying more stuff. I like Jordans too. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Blackjack, but the problem is people are going to do what they want to do, especially a grown person. So you can try to shame people, blame, and explain. You try to do all this stuff to them, but if a person places more value in their footwear than they do in their professional aspirations, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do. All you can do is be the example. And then once life happens to them, or they get to a point where they decided, I want more out of life besides an impressive shoe collection, then maybe you can be there to guide them and help them. But giving them 50,000 lectures about why they shouldn't go out there and buy the latest Jordans that just came out or the latest whatever, they're going to do it anyway. And you're just going to be wasting time and energy about something that you have no control over, when you can use that same time and energy to invest into yourself in other endeavors. At least that's what I've learned over the years. Like, I got a lot of family members that if they took my services, learn IT from me, damn near all of them could be on the verge of making six figures, right? And they're all younger than me, all my cousins and stuff like that. But a lot of them, they just don't. Like, I'll give you an example. So I got a cousin. I remember some months ago, was it late last year, I was trying to advertise my A+ boot. I was doing an A+ boot camp, right? I told my cousin, because one of my cousins, she's really popular on Facebook. Like, she got thousands of followers. Thousands. I mean, her friends and follower list, if you add it up all together, it's probably like 25, 30,000 people. And my cousin, she does nails for a living, right? Like, she's like ridiculously popular. So I was like, hey, cuz, I need you to post this flyer. And for every person that signs up from a boot camp, I'll pay you $100. So every time a person would sign up, I would give her $100. That was the plan, right? Out of the thousands of people, I was expecting at least maybe 20 people to click that flyer. And out of the 20 people, maybe at least 5 to 10 would sign up. Guess how many signed up and clicked it? 0, right? Nobody. I looked at her page after about a couple days. I think that thing had been reshared maybe 5. No, it wasn't even reshared at all. It had like 5 likes and maybe Yeah, 5 likes, no comments, no reshares. And this is on a Facebook page, her profile, where she got like 30,000 people that follow her. Right. A couple days later, my cousin posted this picture of a local Walmart or some little grocery store, it was Walmart or Publix or something like that, where there was a flyer on the door talking about they're hiring people to come in there and stock the shelves, and they're paying like $14-15 an hour. My cousin posted that flyer. Do you know that thing got shared 700 times? 700 times. It had about 200 comments, maybe 1,000 likes. So my cousin, and I say this is no shade to her or anything, but she posted a flyer advertising a job to go stock shelves for $14 an hour. Thousands of likes, thousands, hundreds of comments. She posts my flyer advertising, I can teach you how to get into IT and make 100,000. 0 shares, 0 comments, maybe 5 likes. Nobody signed up. Now, I could have went on there and be like, how dare y'all not want to learn how to make $100,000? Why would you want to make $14 an hour stocking shelves when you can learn a skill set where you can potentially make $100,000 a year? Right? Like I could have been doing mad lectures about that. But I didn't do it because what was the point? What was the point? I would have been wasting time and energy typing on Facebook, trying to convince a bunch of people this. The only thing that's going to convince people to sign up for a program like mine or somebody else is life. Once they start looking and once they get to a point where, man, I want to make more money. I want to have more money saved in my bank account. I want to move out of this neighborhood and buy this house or do this, or I want to go do this. I want to do that. Life is the only thing that can change this, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't lecture away grown people. They're going to do what they want to do. So I totally understand what you're saying. And we all have done that. But at this point, I'm 44 years old. I have little to no interest in trying to go above and beyond to convince somebody to do something for their best interest. Life is just going to have to show you that this might be in your best interest. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Why am I reading the same comments? All right. Anyways, so I think that's all the comments. As a graduate with a bachelor, all right. Somehow I'm reading the same comments. Hold up. All right. Anyway, so I think that's all I got, man. Hold on, let me see. You're in the DMV area and it's competitive. Yeah, listen, it's competitive everywhere. I live in Florida, so it's competitive down here. I hear what you're saying, but like I say, especially with UMB, you say you have a college degree, that might help you stand out more. But then again, everybody and their mama got a college degree up at the DMV, so I don't know. Do you got a security clearance? Can you get access? That might help you out some. I don't know, but I just know for a lot of those lower level jobs, just you having a degree helps you stand out. But if you're already working, you got the work experience. I mean, you're in the DMV. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of contract jobs up there. There's government jobs galore up there for sure. I know that for a fact. Matter of fact, my student I was talking about earlier, Demetrius, he's in the DMV right now. I think he works for the FBI doing some IT stuff. And there's a guy that was 3 years ago was working at Walmart making $12 an hour. So all I can tell you, MB, is keep your skills up and keep your resume out there. But also, MB, if you already have experience, I don't know how long you've been working in IT. Have you ever thought about trying to do your own thing on the side? Now, obviously, that depends on what you're skilled at and what you're good at. But have you considered some type of consulting? You know, would that be a possibility? Have you considered starting up your own IT business, like fixing little small companies or maintaining small mom and pop shops or lawyers and doctors, IT infrastructure? Because I got a I got a former student like that. Carlos. Carlos used to be a police officer, right? I can't remember how long he was how long he was a cop, but something bad happened to Carlos. A drug deal went wrong, and I think he got shot a couple times. Anyways, Carlos retired from the police force. I think he went back to college. Carlos went all the way to the PhD level. He has a PhD. I don't remember what his PhD is in, but he has a PhD. Now, when I met him, he was learning his A plus certification. Like, this is after he got shot, after he got his PhD. He decided he wanted to go into IT. So when I met him and started working with him, he was learning his A plus, helped him get a security network plus, a security plus. Carlos today works at a hospital. He is a the hell is he? He's not a security. He works at a security operations center. Carlos, last time I spoke to him, matter of fact, I seen him like about 2 or 3 months ago. I think he makes just about $110,000 a year, but he also started his own company on accident. So what happened? His brother-in-law contacted him because his brother-in-law knows a doctor that has their own private practice, and something happened to the doctor's computer where the doctor wasn't able to get access to his patient's files and yada, yada, yada. So the brother-in-law called Carlos. Carlos drove down to Melbourne, which is about 45 minutes to an hour away, probably about an hour, some change away, and went down there and fixed the doctor's stuff, restored everything. Anyways, the doctor spread the word to another doctor who spread the word to another doctor who spread the word to another professional. Now, all of a sudden, Carlos got all these professionals where he's in charge of maintaining their computer systems at their offices. Now, Carlos still works at the hospital and he's making enough money to where he's hired subcontractors, I guess you can say, to manage the systems for him. But there's a guy who started off in tech like 4 years ago or something like that. So he's taking his skill sets that he's learned, based off some of the stuff I taught him and others, where he was able to start his own business. So even if he left his job and couldn't find another job or whatever, he still has his side business he could just jump into full time if he wanted to. So I mean, that's something that you can possibly consider based off of your skill sets. I don't know, Yeah, I put my email here. Here's my email. You can just send me an email. So that's my email right there. You can send me an email and, maybe we can talk and kind of figure out exactly where you are. But that, based off of what you know how to do, maybe you can use those skill sets to possibly do your own thing, or at least start something on the side until you're able to land a full-time position. So true. I used to work outside doing security, and let me read it. So true. I used to work outside doing security, and once I finally locked in, I was able to land my first tech job. I also volunteered at a school for a year. I mean, yeah, there are a lot of things you can do. Like I say, obviously, we want to do things for money, especially if you don't have a job. Money is probably your number one motivating factor because you need money to survive. But if you're able to do some projects for the free 99, like I'm going to go be the IT guy at my church, make sure the pastors, all his stuff is set up and running properly. I mean, you can use that to document, put down his experience. I mean, this is a whole bunch of things. You got to kind of think out of the box when it comes to be an IT entrepreneur, because most of us, we just want to go get certified and get a job. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with just going to get certified, or you just want to be a full-time worker. Because I got other family members that work in IT. Matter of fact, my father and my brother, they work in IT as well, right? I've asked them to help me with this Tech G business, but their mindset is more so geared towards being an employee. And there's nothing wrong with that because they make a lot of money doing what they do, right? They make a lot of money. They're not really entrepreneurial minded people. Me, I've always had an entrepreneurial mind, even though I've always worked the job, but I've always been plotting my entire life. How can I start a business and do my own thing? Because that's what I've always wanted to do. And I've tried different things over the years. Then it finally clicked on me about 6 years, 5, 6 years ago. Why don't I just teach what I know? I know I'm really good at this. Let me focus on this. You know what I'm saying? That's how this whole channel came about. But for my family members, even though they're good at what they do, they're not they're not interested and they're not really entrepreneurial minded to the point that I am, to where they want to take that knowledge and put it into something like this. So you got to kind of think out of the box when you try to become an entrepreneur who works in IT. All right. Hope that makes sense. I think it's better to have a job. Wait, I think it's better to have a job to get into another one. It just depends on where you are, man. Everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur. However, I do believe in this day and age, everybody needs to have something on the side that's generating money and not just relying strictly on their 9 to 5. Because your 9 to 5 could be over with any moment. It can be over with. You need to have some other form of income coming in, whether it's passive, active, however you got to get it, investments, whatever. I don't care what it is. But I just think that if you work in IT, even at the help desk level, your help desk skills, you can start a business off that, just off of an A+ certification. Those iFixit stores that fix iPhones, you drop your iPhone and break the screen and you take it to them guys to fix it. Man, you learn a lot about the damn iPhone and the A+ certification, or smartphones in general. Like, that's theoretically enough information to help you start an iFixit store where you could be out there fixing broken devices. And that's an IT company. That's an IT business, right? Fixing broken iPhones is a legit IT business. So I just think we all have these skill sets, or we're all trying to acquire these skill sets because we want to go out there and get these jobs paying 6 figures and above. That's great. That's wonderful. I don't knock it. But I also think you need to have something in the cut just in case things don't go the way that you plan on them going, i.e., you get laid off, you get fired, or something happens, that you can still take your skill set and use it to make money on your own terms, no matter how big or small it is. Hopefully, it gets big enough to where you can do it full time. But even if it's just enough for you to make an extra $1,000 a month, that's fine too, right? That's what I believe. And there is a need in whatever you do in tech or in life in general. But since we're talking about tech, whatever you do in tech, there is a way you can monetize it towards your personal benefit, besides just having a regular 9 to 5 job. Side hustles are necessities. Yeah, I don't even want to call it side hustles. I would rather just call it side business. Because hustle, it kind of gives off a negative connotation to a certain extent. And then it also gives off a connotation that this is just something you're just doing just to get some quick money, right? Like Technology, my website, this is a side business, right? Even though it doesn't pay me a full-time income, it doesn't pay me nowhere near as much money as I make from my regular job, but it's still my baby. It's still my thing that I'm going to keep investing into it and growing it for as long as I can physically do it, with the hopes that one day it can replace my income from my job so I can do it full time, because I don't treat it as just a little get rich quick thing that I'm just doing treat it like it's a lick. I treat it like it's a real business, even though it's not growing nowhere near to the speed that I would wish it to grow. But I still view it and treat it as a business. So that's why I don't really like the side hustle term as much. But even though it's you know, whatever. Tomato, I guess. Respectfully, Tech G, but I don't recommend a newbie to start a business fixing anything. Too much liability, sir. I hear what you're saying. If you're a newbie, like, okay, so you just got your A plus, sir. You ain't even been working in tech 6 months. You're like, let me go fix an iPhone. I get what you're saying because you don't want to be the person who damages the iPhone, and now you're on the hook for potential lawsuits or insurance or whatever. I get what you're saying. So me saying that you need to start a business is really not geared towards the newbie. Or maybe I should have clarified that. It's really geared towards the person who's already been working in IT for at least a year. At least a year, right? That you should be able to have built up some type of skill set within at least 1 year to where you can potentially think about how can I monetize this and turn it to a side business in the event that things go wrong. But if you're fresh off the block, you just got certified 2 weeks ago, and you ain't even or you just got your first IT job 2-3 weeks ago, then yes, you need to go work the job. You need to learn the ins and out of the job, whatever the heck it is that they got you doing. You taking notes. Oh, they're dealing with these contractors, they're dealing with these vendors, they're doing this, they're doing that. You learn everything you got to learn. Be proficient at your job, obviously. But eventually, once you get enough skills down, at least let's say at least 2 years, right? After at least 2 years, maybe you should consider how can I take these skill sets and put it towards my own side business so that in the event that I find myself in between jobs, I can still make money. So I agree with you right there in that a newbie shouldn't do it because they don't know anything. So I agree with you on that. I get what you mean. That's 100% true. It's all perspective. That's what I meant. Yeah. All right. All right, y'all. I've been on here for almost 2 hours. So hopefully we've addressed some things. We've talked about top 10 reasons people don't get IT certs. I've done self-promotion for my I've done a lot of self-promotion for my IT courses. Hopefully you guys will take advantage of that to help you get certified. Or if you decide to go with somebody else, I'm fine with that either way. Because I always tell people, you got to do what's best for you. I personally think I'm the best because obviously I'm me. But if you feel like, hey, you're too expensive, or somebody else is doing something better over here, at the end of the day, you're the one that has to sit down and take the test. Always keep that obviously in the forefront of your mind. So you have to do what's best for you. All right. But I personally think I'm the best option for you. But anyways, hopefully you guys will sign up, support, or at least at the bare minimum, like the video, share it, and subscribe it. And hopefully you can motivate or inspire other people who are interested in learning about tech. Because on my channel, I just focus on trying to talk to newbies or people brand new to tech, or somewhere in that beginning phase of the career. I don't really focus on people who've been working in tech 10, 15 plus years. That's not who my target demographic is. I want to try to teach the newbies and stuff like that. And then also I just want to reiterate, I know some people have sent me stuff about, man, why are you posting these AI videos? Well, I'll say this. I said it at the beginning of this video, but I'll say it again. One, this is a tech channel. AI is a form of technology, and I'm using AI in my channel, right? Now, I do that for for two main reasons. One, it kind of speeds up the process for me. When it comes to certain things, I don't have to sit there and write a script out, record it, edit the video, and I can get AI to do that crap for me. All I got to do is just review the script, make sure the information is accurate. Boom, it takes care of the rest of it. And now you got a video learning about the basics of a network administrator, right? But also, more importantly, it frees up time for me to dedicate towards creating the course content, the wonderful slideshows, right? Because all the slideshows for the content, I record those things. I write the script, I record it, you hear my voice. None of that stuff's AI. And that stuff takes a lot of time, right? I'm currently building out slides for the Security Plus 701 certification. So if you go check my playlist, you'll see it up in there. If you want to get access to them, join the channel membership, hit the membership button. And then eventually over time, as I get caught up, I'll be adding more stuff. So it's not just going to be A plus, Net Plus, Security Plus. I plan on doing CCNA, some other cloud stuff. But like I told you guys, I'm a one-man band operation. I don't have a team. It's literally just me. I'm the end all be all. I literally don't have. I've asked people for help, but I can't find help. So I gotta do what I gotta do. So that's why. All right. So like I say, that's why. But anyways, I appreciate all y'all being here. One last question. I was a Geek Squad manager for 2 years. Does that correlate to being in IT? So did you? It can, because obviously the Geek Squad is known, at least last time I checked, because I ain't seen a Geek Squad person in a minute. But every time I used to go to Best Buy, they were the people that would deal with your computer issues, right? So if you were the manager of the Geek Squad, I assume you got some type of knowledge dealing with computers, fixing people's computers, or at least you're managing the people who fix the computers. So yeah, you can dress that up into a resume as IT experience, being in IT as well. All right. There are roles in IT where you don't necessarily have to be an IT professional in the sense that I teach it, like IT directors, right? Like I told you guys, I'm a college professor, right? I got an IT director. My IT director has no experience working in IT, but they manage all the IT people, all the IT professors. You understand what I'm saying? And they can use that to where, because basically what I'm saying is there are management positions in IT that you don't have to have IT tech experience to necessarily be a manager. All right, let me back up. You don't necessarily have to have traditional tech experience to be in a management position in an IT company or an IT position. So you can take that management experience in Geek Squad and count it as IT experience. I hope I'm making sense, but I guess I would have to know exactly what you've done, and then we just find a way to dress it up on a resume. But anyways, y'all, I gotta go. So I appreciate everybody that's pulled up. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate people who join the channel memberships who are considering joining channel membership. Once again, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the video or to the channel, and I'll holler at y'all when I holler at y'all. All right, y'all be easy, be safe, and I'm out. Peace.